On June 19, 2024, an officer with the Des Moines Police Department pulled over a red Dodge Charger for windows tinted dark enough to violate the law on their own, nothing more than that at the start. By the end of the stop, the woman driving is facing 3 separate charges, and almost none of them existed in the first 10 seconds of this video. Quick ask before we get into it. Hitting the like button takes about 2 seconds, and it genuinely helps this channel more than people realize, so thank you if you do.
Hello.
Hi.
Your license, registration, insurance. The reason I'm stopping you is the window tint, okay? Pretty
I
dark.
was like, I'm not even doing anything. I'm like, I have to be at work in like 10 minutes, so. I don't have a copy of my insurance, but I have like.
Do you smoke weed in here?
I don't. No, I don't.
Okay, why does it smell like weed?
I had somebody in here the other day that was, and not in my ashtray, but I have this, and I can probably pull out my insurance for you here.
So there's no weed in this car?
No.
So if I search it, there's not going to be any weed? Okay.
Gosh, how can I not close that?
Hang tight.
I got pulled over, so that's going to be just a little bit. It's not funny. I'm right here in the parking lot, dude. Like, that's alright. I got you on speaker. I gotta go. I'm sorry. I'm just letting you know. Alright, bye.
I'm going to have you hop out, alright?
Can I please just go to work, please? I have to pee there, like.
I understand that, but I think you have weed in the car, and that's why you're so nervous, and it smells like.
I'm not, like, that nervous. Like, I don't like being late to work. Like, can you please, like. Please, can I just go to work? Like, seriously,
You're going to catch another charge, okay? So you can get out of the car and don't make a poor decision right now. Marijuana is a serious misdemeanor. If you take off right now, it's a felony, and if you fight with me, it's another misdemeanor. Turn off your car.
I'm so worried, like, that God, I don't like being late, and I've had people in my car, too, that, like, just leave stuff in here. I don't want to deal with this.
Hop out of the car.
This is so awful.
Hop out of the car.
I can't, please. Can I please go to work, please? Please. Oh my God, please. Please.
Ma'am,
Please, I need to go to work, please.
I'm asking you to step out of the car, okay? You've already pulled the door back in, so you're already interfering with what I got going on.
But if you push this further, and like
listen, if you push this further, I'm going to charge you with interference because you're not letting me and my backup officer here conduct our investigation, which is the smell of marijuana. And I assume that is why you're freaking out right now, because you know that there's weed in the car.
Smoking in my car too.
What's your first name? Is it Sarah? Is that your first name?
Yes.
Okay, Sarah. If
there's leave stuff in my car, but I don't want to have to deal with that if there's stuff in my car.
Sarah, if there's no weed in this car, like you're telling me.
But if there isn't, I don't.
Well, I can't control that. So let's cross that bridge when we get there. But right now, you sitting here arguing with me is wasting time.
Can I, like, please just, like...
You know that you're not going to go to work right now. That's not an option. I'm going to ask you one last time, okay, to step out of the car on your own will. If you do not do that, I'm going to have to pull you out of the car. Come on.
Is there any? Come on.
All right, face into the car. Put your hands behind your back for me. Stop.
Just ask one question. I'm not trying to fight. I'm not trying to fight.
Grab her stuff. You just want to grab her right now.
Can I please just ask something, please? Like, how does it turn into, like...
You see that?
But how does it turn...
The reason you're getting put in handcuffs is you continue
it smells like weed, but like my tinted windows, but it just...
All those
just
reasons.
Like so...
Stay right here.
Oh my goodness, this was just... My God, my life is over.
Alright, walk back to this car.
Please.
Okay, I've had about enough of this little charade you're doing.
I'm not sure.
Do you have anything in your pockets?
Yes, I do.
What? What do you have in your pockets?
I got some Open my pocket, probably.
Okay.
No, I don't have anything in my pocket.
Well, just so you know,
She's reaching it. She's,
I was just trying to grab it. I don't have nothing.
where,
at a minimum, right now you're going to jail for
is it in this
interference.
pocket?
No, it's the one I just dropped.
Literally just.
I'll hold on to her. You throw on some gloves, buddy.
Yeah.
Stop
just-
walking around. Just stop.
Can I please just say?
Is it this pocket?
465.
Is there?
I don't know if 462 is continuing or not. Can you ever come up here for a search? Is that all you use, or what else am I going to find in the car? How much did you have left in here?
I'm embarrassed right now.
How much did you have left in here?
I'm a respiratory therapist.
How much cocaine did you have in here?
I
A
don't
bump's
know,
worth or something?
maybe like a gram or something.
Must have fell in your pocket when you tried to stuff it in there then. Oh no, there's just another bag. That'd make more sense. We're waiting for a female officer, that way she can do a more thorough search.
Nothing tucked anywhere?
In your
Nope.
bra or anything
Nope.
like that? Okay.
Nope.
How much marijuana is in the car?
Like a half ounce, I think, probably. I don't know. I had someone leave their weed in there the other day, and I never got it out of there. And I don't know. There's probably
All right.
in my ashtray
Sarah, right
too.
now you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, want to be appointed to represent you if you wish. Okay, you can decide at any time to not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand that?
I've never even been to jail ever.
Do you
and I'm
understand
so,
that, Sarah?
Yes, but
Okay.
I'm like so scared because I've
So we've
just
got a
never
female
been-
officer here that's gonna do a search for your person.
Found a little bit of cocaine in her right pocket, but I haven't searched the rest. So.
Okay. Do you got anything now? Because I'm
No.
gonna. Okay.
No.
All right. I'll just have you take one step big there. Spread your feet for me. Okay. Can you stand up straight?
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to. I was just trying to see where it was at.
Did you put that in your pocket when I stopped you? You were going to go to work with that in your pocket?
I had these scrubs on, like, I've worked, like, the last, like, 5 days, but I didn't even, like,
You didn't know you had cocaine in your work pants? Okay.
I really didn't like that. I didn't, like, I know I had, like,
Well, I'm going to search the rest of your car, and then I'll be back and we'll talk.
Have a seat.
Good reminder on the gloves.
Yeah. What?
That I didn't put gloves on.
You weren't
I know.
doing it, and we're pulling out. And I'm like, why don't you just put on gloves,
I
buddy?
tried to open the door and she pulls the door back in and closes it. She's not been super cooperative. She's just freaking out. She said she's got a half ounce of weed in here. Yeah.
Where did she say she's working?
She's a respiratory therapist here. She's on her way to work. Yeah. And you can tell she's under the influence right now.
Oh yes. Been doing this.
Yeah. Probably.
For respiratory therapy, don't you have to be
Masters?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think.
So stressful.
Maybe she's got to stay up.
Especially working past 7 days.
Well, I do that.
Oh, 5 days.
I got some weed here.
Don't use cocaine.
Oh, I got several bags here. Well, 2 bags.
Half an ounce though?
No, I'm not quite at a half an ounce, but
Yeah, I don't think it's in here.
Well, she gets on the phone with, I assume, her supervisor and says something about she's going to be late. And I'm like, I don't think so, because you're extremely nervous and it smells like weed.
Hey,
So
what do you think these are?
that looks like Advil.
Yeah, that looks like Advil.
Oh, here we go. She stuffed this one too.
Right.
You find more?
Little blue pill in there too.
Oh, there are different ones in there?
There's a little blue one. I can't tell if it's an M30 or what.
Oh, okay.
It's in this black bag.
I'm charging her with interference too.
Oh, I would say so.
That was ridiculous.
Pulling the door back shut.
Yeah.
And you told her how many times, and she resisted as we're putting her in cuffs.
Yeah.
Not crazy, but
Enough.
enough that she was tensing up and not complying.
It'd be kind of crazy shit in 30s.
I bet you that's what that is.
They should say it. They're usually stamped.
Yeah, they are. I just didn't pull it out and
Oh,
look at it
okay.
yet. Peyton was going to.
Nothing over
This
there.
is just lunchbox.
This isn't, I mean, it's probably, this is not a half an ounce. So, I don't know. Have you tried the trunk, I guess?
Do you have any plastic bags?
Yeah, not more than what I already have.
Quentin, do you got any truck bags?
I think I might have. Is that an M30?
It should be stamped if it is.
He's falling.
Yeah, I hear.
What?
She's not the most cooperative. Where are these blue ones?
No, it's, I don't think so.
No. T4.
Kind of an old crappy one, but it'll work. The last one. There's nothing in the pack.
Okay. I'm gonna. Does she have like registration on that glove? Or no, I have that back in my car actually. Do you remember the rights that I read to you? Okay. What are the pills in that bottle? They just Advil and.
Yeah, just the Advil liquid gel, and I have my birth control in there for
Okay.
tonight.
Where was all the at?
Honestly, I think I had a little container somewhere, but I don't. I think maybe I piped
that was
somewhere.
pretty much empty.
Okay.
Where was
I had
the?
like a pipe, I think, and like a little, like a little, or a little zipper, little thingy. But I don't know, like other than that, honestly, that because I haven't.
Okay.
I'm just so tired. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to like sob at anybody. It's just my old job, it's my whole life, and I've never been to jail. I've never been in trouble. I do smoke weed, but I'm not trying to. Like, I need to call my work and tell them like,
Now
if
listen.
I can bail out, like,
Weed would be one thing.
I get it. Like
And-
the cocaine's just.
Based on
hate
our
that,
interaction, you talked yourself into going to jail. Because you decided not to comply with what I was telling you to do.
I just felt like it escalated to. I don't
Because
know, like
of your actions, yes.
I just get nervous being late for work too. Like I was pulling up, like because I stopped to like grab some like
What are you using cocaine for?
just not in a good spot in my life.
Okay.
Just depressed, I guess. Honestly.
Well, I can't imagine that would
Like I
help.
don't have like a lot, and work's stressful. I'm a respiratory therapist. I'm on the ECMO team, and I'm a really responsible person, you know. And I know I smoke. I know it's not legal, and I know coke's not either. And right when I had to get out of the car, it just sucks. I'm like, I'd do anything, just like bail and pay whatever. Like, you know, I just get nervous when I'm like gonna be late. I wasn't trying to be like resisting of you guys. Like, I really don't know. I'm crying in here because I don't want to lose my job. This is my whole life. Like, I'm a really good person. I've never even had no OWIs.
Sir,
I've
sir,
never
you
gotten
understand
in
that I
trouble.
can't just make this go away for you. I mean, you have paraphernalia.
Can I do anything?
There's nothing. No.
I'd send you all the money I had in my account.
Well, you
I
got to understand that that's
seriously
not how this works. So I am
I
just
know,
letting you
but I
know
just, like,
you're
I'm
going to be
so
charged with the possession.
scared to
Okay.
go to jail. Like, I don't even know. I gotta call and tell them I'm not coming, but I don't want to say I'm arrested.
Well, yeah. Why don't you wait on that? Unless you want to call him now, I can let you call him, but I don't know. That's up to you. I would probably think about that before you do.
Well, they don't have nobody in the office, and I'm supposed to be on the ECMO team tonight. I'm supposed to be in the office at 6, and
Okay. Well, I mean,
I
if
just
you,
gotta like think about it when I have people in my car, people smoking cigarettes too, and they dump in my ashtray, and I'm like,
well, I mean, that wasn't why your car smelled. Your car smelled because you had. I mean,
I couldn't even smell it. Like I didn't even smoke
of course
in there. I
you're in
didn't
the
even smoke in
environment.
there though.
You're in the environment. It's raw weed, Ziploc baggie.
Yeah, I guess I just.
I mean, I didn't make it up. It says smoke weed and I found it. You know. Do you just think about whether or not you want to make a call, and I can do that for you if you want. But I would think about that for a minute. All right. She said it was birth control and
Yeah.
It is.
This
465.
I did find this in her.
What was it?
It's just wax cartridge.
Take case number and curl. Keys are with the vehicle.
It's just a cartridge in there. So I'd probably just go with your charge.
Copy. And then what's that base?
Vape, but it goes right next to it. So I don't know if we want to do something with the charge, right?
Yeah.
I would just throw this in property then too with the weed charge.
You throw it in that bag.
This one with this too.
Not the vape. I'll take the cartridge. That was where again? That black bag?
This black bag on the front passenger.
Okay, and that's the only thing you found, right?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, her spoon was in her pocket next to it in the baggie, and then the other. Yeah. I don't know. She's tweaking right now, so. You want to do the impound?
It's worth saying plainly why a stop like this even happens, because equipment violations like illegal window tint get pulled over constantly, and most of them end exactly where you'd expect: a warning or a citation and nothing else. Tint just happens to be one of the more common reasons officers end up close enough to a car to notice something else: a smell, a shaking hand, someone answering questions faster or slower than the question actually needed. The tint isn't why this turns into what it turns into, it's just the reason anyone was standing close enough to notice. I want to start with something small that happens almost immediately, because I think it's the moment that actually sets the tone for everything after it. Before the officer says a word about drugs, before he's asked a single question about what's in the car, she volunteers, unprompted, that there's no marijuana in there, and that if he searches it, he won't find any. Nobody asked. That kind of specific, preemptive denial is something officers are trained to notice, precisely because it tends to show up right before the thing being denied turns out to be true. Genuine surprise at an accusation and rehearsed reassurance about one that hasn't been made yet tend to sound very different, and this leans hard toward the second one. In the middle of all this, she's also on the phone with what sounds like her workplace, trying to explain she might be a few minutes late, and she hangs up quickly once it's clear the stop isn't wrapping up on schedule. It's a small detail, but it captures something real about the next 20 minutes. She's not just managing a traffic stop, she's managing two completely separate versions of her morning happening at once. One where she's a professional on her way to a shift, and one where an officer is already asking why her hands are shaking. When she pulls the door shut after the officer starts to open it, that single motion becomes the basis for a real charge, and it's worth being precise about what it actually is. In Iowa, interference with official acts doesn't require throwing a punch or running. Physically blocking an officer from doing something they're lawfully trying to do, like opening a car door during a lawful stop, can be enough on its own. It's not about attitude or tone, it's about a specific physical action that gets in the way of the process itself, and pulling a door shut on someone reaching for it clears that bar pretty easily. It's also worth separating this from resisting arrest, which is a different charge tied to physically fighting against being taken into custody. What happens here comes earlier than that, before an arrest is even being made, which is exactly why it gets its own separate label instead of getting folded into something else. There's a moment right around here where the officer lays out, almost like a decision tree, exactly what happens depending on what she does next. Marijuana on its own is a serious misdemeanor. Driving off turns it into a felony. Fighting him turns it into a second misdemeanor stacked on top of the first. I think this part is worth slowing down for, because it's rare to actually hear an officer narrate the consequences out loud in advance, before any of them happen. It's not a threat so much as a warning label, and over the next few minutes, she ends up triggering more than one branch of it anyway. Not because the underlying situation forced her to, but because each individual choice she made in the moment added its own separate charge to a pile that didn't have to exist. Once she's out of the car, officers find cocaine in her pocket, still wearing what she describes as work scrubs she's had on for days. That detail lands differently than most things in this video, because it's not really about the drug itself at that point, it's about two identities running directly into each other in real time. The same pocket, the same scrubs, the same shift she was rushing to get to. I don't think there's anything clever to say about that moment. It's just genuinely uncomfortable to watch, and I'd guess that's part of why this case got attention in the first place. Along with the cocaine, officers find a handful of loose pills, and at one point, two of them go back and forth trying to figure out if one is a counterfeit M30, a pill made to look like a prescription opioid. It's worth pausing on why that specific guess matters. Counterfeit pills pressed to resemble legitimate prescriptions have become a real, well-documented public safety problem, because a lot of them contain fentanyl in amounts the person carrying them has no way of knowing or controlling. Officers treating an unmarked blue pill with real caution isn't procedural theater. It's a reasonable response to something that's actually dangerous, for her and for anyone else who might end up handling it. Later, sitting in the back of the car, she offers to send the officer every dollar in her account if it means this can just go away. I don't think this comes from a calculated place. It reads more like pure panic than strategy. But it's worth being clear about what that offer actually is. Offering money to make a criminal charge disappear isn't a negotiating position. It's attempting to bribe a police officer, which is its own separate crime, one she'd be lucky not to have added to the list already sitting in front of her. The officer's response, telling her plainly that's not how this works, is doing more legal work in that one sentence than it might sound like. What I find genuinely striking about this video compared to a lot of the ones on this channel is the emotional register she's operating in. This isn't someone asserting that the rules shouldn't apply to her. It's someone bargaining, almost begging, offering her job title, her clean record, her money, anything that might function as leverage. I don't think it works any better than Defiance does, honestly, because both versions run into the same wall. The officer isn't in a position to trade her way out of a lawful arrest based on how sympathetic or cooperative she seems after the fact. The decision point that actually mattered was earlier, in the car, before any of this pleading started. There's a consequence sitting underneath all of this that's worth naming, because it extends well past whatever happens in criminal court. She repeats several times that she's a respiratory therapist, part of a specialized care team, someone with real medical responsibilities. Healthcare licensing boards generally do review criminal charges involving controlled substances for people who hold medical licenses, sometimes independently of how the criminal case itself resolves. That means the version of this night that matters most to her long-term might not even be the one playing out on this body cam. It could be a separate process entirely, with a different set of consequences tied specifically to the job she was trying so hard to get to on time. In the background, while she's seated and waiting, two officers talk between themselves about how she's presenting, noting she seems to be under the influence right now, not just in possession of something from earlier. That distinction matters more than it might seem. Officers don't need a lab result to form an opinion about visible impairment in the moment, shaking hands, rapid speech, the specific kind of anxious talking that doesn't quite track with the actual questions being asked. That observation doesn't replace anything that gets tested or confirmed later. It's simply part of what gets documented in real time, alongside everything else building the picture of the stop. It's also worth giving credit to how deliberately the officers handle the actual search once it starts. They wait for a female officer before conducting a more thorough search. They go back and forth carefully trying to identify pills rather than guessing, and at one point specifically note she isn't being fully cooperative without escalating the tone themselves in response. It's a fairly unremarkable procedural stretch of video, and I think that's actually the point worth making. Most of what determines how a stop like this ends isn't drama. It's a series of small, careful, correct steps, running in the background while the person at the center of it is doing something closer to falling apart. The paraphernalia charge is worth a quick explanation too, because it isn't automatic just from having drugs in a car. It comes from the specific items found alongside them: a spoon, a small container, a cartridge, things that exist to use or measure a substance rather than just hold it. Officers actually show some restraint here, deciding not to pile on a separate charge for every single item they find, and folding what they can into the paraphernalia charge instead of treating each container as its own case. It's a small procedural choice, easy to miss, but it's the difference between a charge sheet that reflects what actually happened and one padded out for its own sake. According to the case information, she was ultimately charged with possession of drug paraphernalia, interference with official acts, and possession of a controlled substance. As with any arrest, these are the charges filed that day, not a finished legal outcome, and whatever happens next in court is separate from what's shown here. What stays with me about this one isn't really the coke or the pills. It's how many of the actual charges trace back to choices made in the 90 seconds after the stop started, before anyone even knew what was in the car. The tint got her pulled over. Everything else, the door, the denial, the offer of money, she built herself, one decision at a time, while trying as hard as she could to still make it to work on time.